Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for Auto Trader Ward's Auto Fast Chat series. Today with me is Dana Middlemiss. She is the client's success manager for Auto Trader. And thank you so much for joining us, Dana.
Well, thank you for having me, Nancy. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you. As some viewers probably know, I'm Nancy Dunham. I am the principal analyst for retail at Ward's Auto, and excited to have you here, Dana. Let's start right out by talking, for anyone who isn't well versed in digital advertising, or even if they are, can you start off by telling our audience what display ad retargeting is in today's times?
Absolutely. I'm sure everyone that's watching this has experienced retargeting in their everyday lives. So just imagine yourself, you are browsing the internet, you're shopping and looking for something that you're about to buy, or even if you're looking at a hotel or a restaurant and something interrupts your purchase or your reservation and you have to depart that website for any reason. You've got to get to a meeting or you need to go and pick up kids, and you then go to a different website later in the day, and all of a sudden the ad pops up for the item that you were looking at earlier, and all of a sudden you're like, how does this other website know to serve an ad for that item I was looking at earlier? That would be a retargeting ad because you showed some intent and some interest earlier for another item. That is what a digital retargeting ad is. Have you ever seen one of those, Nancy, in your life?
I see them all the time. And yes, I do. And it's kind of spooky because you're looking for one thing, let's say bath towels, and then suddenly you have all these bath towel ads and you're thinking,
right,
where is that coming
you
from?
Have been retargeted. So that's what a retargeting ad is.
Okay, now why is retargeting a tactic the dealers should be implementing in their marketing strategy? Like I mentioned bath towels and things, but talk to me a little bit about auto dealers and why that works for them.
Well, I think that retargeting is just an incredible way to close a loop, if you will. If you think about a car buyer, really, if someone is showing that much intensity or intent on clicking on a vehicle, for example, whether it be in a marketplace like Auto Trader or a dealer's website, and something, again, interrupts that part of the journey before purchasing the vehicle, and to be able to circle back with that much intensity and someone actually taking the time to click on a vehicle, spend some time looking at pictures or information on the vehicle. And if you can then serve an automotive inventory ad of that vehicle again, you're just really, being able to stay in front of that consumer that's basically raised their hand, showing such further down the line interest in, that specific vehicle, or at least showing intent that they're very interested in purchasing a vehicle. So I think it's an incredible and powerful way to stay in front of a consumer that is further down the line to purchase.
Now, for any dealers considering adding retargeting to their marketing strategy, can you share a bit about what Auto Trader solutions are available and which ones you'd recommend?
Sure. Yeah, Auto Trader, Cox Automotive and Auto Trader has two solutions that they are called Advanced Ads and Advanced Ads Premium. And both solutions are incredible because it harnesses the power of our audience. And Advanced Ads will serve automotive inventory ads on the network. And I say the network is the World Wide Web, a host of premium websites. And then Advanced Ads Premium layers in social media platforms like Facebook and Instagram. I really personally always advise Advanced Ads Premium. The reason is that social media platforms are so powerful. If you think about the average time that an average person spends on social media, it averages well over 2.5 hours a day. And the amount of content that someone is reading and looking at and scrolling through on social media platforms really spans the size of the Statue of Liberty. But Advanced Ads Premium will reach both the types of consumers, those that aren't on social media. So we have that network part of that buy, and then the social media platforms as well. So those are the two solutions that we have. But again, I always advise on the Advanced Ads Premium to reach kind of that richer audience.
Can you talk a little more about how Auto Trader uses first-party data to retarget shoppers?
Sure, sure. I'm really passionate about this because I think it's really just about educating any, dealer or any customer that is interested in getting their product or inventory in front of the best audience. Because really, at the end of the day, it comes down to audience, right? So many times when we go into our dealer body, we just want to educate and ask a lot of questions because at this point, in year 2024 to go in and say, are you doing any social media advertising or any retargeting? Chances are that the answer is yes. It's just a blanket yes. But I think if we dig a little bit deeper, we just want to find out the who, the why, the what. Like, what are you doing right now? And if we can propose to you a better audience or just a way to reach the right and best audience, could we help you out and have better outcomes for you? Then that's really the proposition. And what I love about the audience that we present here with Auto Trader and Kelley Blue Book, if you think about it, the two platforms that we have, we really don't compete with a Facebook audience. And the reason is this, that Facebook's powerful. I mean, they are a first party data warehouse as well. We go on, I go on, I laugh, I make fun of myself because Facebook knows what I'm in the market for, right? Like the eye creams and how to like stave off the wrinkles and this and that, like I'm not going down without a fight. However, that's different first party data. But they will offer dealers, for example, some what they call maybe a lookalike audience. Like they may aggregate data and say, like a dual household income of XYZ, probably have 2.5 kids, may be interested in a vehicle that would house those kids. And they're going to kind of put together an audience that would maybe look like they could be in the market for a vehicle of a certain type, right? And
Yes.
that won't be super real time data, but it could be really helpful and powerful. But then on the flip side, if you go to an Auto Trader or a Kelley Blue Book, think about it. We're going to be closer to a bullseye because we have an audience that is in a marketplace on Auto Trader, actually looking at vehicles, telling us, signaling to us what they're actually looking at. They're going to tell us if they're looking at luxury vehicles or SUV vehicles or, any of the sort, or they may be on Kelley Blue Book in content, reading about fair market values and trading in vehicles and reading about safety and all of that we can aggregate that I think is way closer to a bullseye of being right on and telling us, so where they are in their path to purchase. And so you can actually do both audiences, or we could say, hey, why don't we do a test, or why don't we give you a better audience closer down to a bullseye? That's the proposition. That's the value proposition. And honestly, the outcomes when I've presented that to my dealers that have trusted that information, the outcomes have been incredible.
Wow, it sounds incredible.
Yeah.
We've again off camera talked a little bit about Advanced Ads Premium. I wonder if you can talk a little bit about that for our viewers, the benefits, and what kind of results your dealers are seeing with it.
Yeah, absolutely. It just goes a little bit further to what I was just saying. I mean, the benefits are what I love about it is very separate from anything that we're doing from a listings perspective, right? So think about, yes, you want to have your vehicles listed on Auto Trader. We know that, that's a super important place to have vehicles listed. We know, I mean, without a shred of doubt that consumers will go first and last stop is a third party marketplace just to look at all of their options for new, used CPO vehicles side by side and checking prior to, going to dealer website or to transact at the store. But what I love about this product, this retargeting product, it has nothing to do with your listings package. This is harnessing the audience. This is staying in front of consumers that have raised their hands to tell us that they're further down the path to purchase, really telling us all of their signals and giving us an identity graph at Cox Automotive. Whether or not they've ever interacted over here with your cars or your competitors' cars, we're going to give you the opportunity to put your automotive inventory ads branded as you, Mr. Dealer, on the network and on Auto Trader, and have it be branded as you. And it's going to click directly deep link to your website, and no one will know the difference. It will not drive it with Auto Trader branding or drive it back to Auto Trader. This is to help you as a traffic generator to your website, build valuable traffic to your website, Mr. Dealer, and help you build that traffic and have them stick with you. So that's the value proposition. Harness the audience and help, let our audience help your business and build your business on your website. It's super powerful. And the outcomes have been strong, really strong click-through rates. And we look at industry averages for those because the majority of the investment goes onto the social platform. About 70% of the media buy is on the social platform, right? So those click-through rates I have seen them, almost twofold over, 2 to 3-fold over industry average click-through rates because the audience is just so rich and so good. So really what we ask of our dealers, though, is for Google Analytics viewer access so we can help kind of decipher what's going on once they land to the website. And typically what I've seen, because I have enrolled quite a few dealers in my area, what I have seen is that typically AT Social or Auto Trader Social has been always in the top 5 referral traffic sources to their website. So that's been, the proof is in the pudding. And that's the thing, we have to be able to show that it drives good traffic to the website. And that the dealer feels that it's valuable to, their website, to their traffic and the greater good of their store. They won't keep the product. And I've had very high retention since bringing it on board. So that speaks for itself there.
This has been a terrific conversation about how Auto Trader's retargeting solutions and the first party data and all of the other elements that you talked about really increase dealers' brand awareness, conversion rates, enhance customer engagement. I realize you're very busy, but is there anything we haven't touched on that you think is important for our viewers to know?
Well, I think what's most important is to, really have dealers or marketing directors really do your due diligence on the audience. I mean, that's really so important because there's so many options and so many propositions out there and so many great agencies. And, it's not to poo-poo anything that anybody's doing right now. It's really just to look at who has the audience that is proven to touch the car buyer. That's proven. I mean, really, and that's where I stand behind Cox Automotive. If you think about all of our business units from A to Z, from, everything from Dealer Track to VIN Solutions to vAuto to Auto Trader to Kelley Blue Book to, I'm probably forgetting because there's so many that touches the car buying journey and the experience and the ability to harness that data and to be able to use it, to integrate that, and to be able to say to our dealers that we care about and we care about their success, that we have the audience that is as close to a bullseye as you can get. Mm-hmm. To show you, we want to be able to harness that for you and with you and bring the best performance to your store. And we're nimble, we're flexible, we can help target and and move things around with you and just really, do your research. And we're here to, bring successful things to you. And if things aren't working, we just want to move and be, nimble with you. And I just, that's the thing. Just make sure you're doing the right thing with the right audience in the right time. And there you go. Just be open-minded and try new things. So,
Dana, thank you so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. This was a terrific, fast chat, and we really appreciate you being here.
thanks for having me. I love it. I love it.
Loved it too. Thank you. Everyone, again, this is Dana Middlemiss. She's the Client Success Manager for Auto Trader, which is, of course, part of Cox Automotive. And I'm Nancy Dunham. I am the Principal Analyst for Retail at Ward's Auto. Thank you so much for joining us for this segment of the Auto Trader Ward's Auto Fast Chat series. We hope you'll tune in again.